This is HBU Huskies softball. It's the 2017 season of HBU Huskies softball on your home for Houston Baptist University Athletics, the Huskies Sports Network. The Huskies Sports Network is powered by the Legacy Sports Network, and HBU softball is brought to you by these corporate partners of HBU Athletics: Houston Federal Credit Union, the Memorial Hermann Healthcare System, Pepsi, IBEW Local 716, Firehouse Subs, Kolache Factory, HUB International, and Doubletree Suites Hotels. Right now, it's just about time for this game to get underway. So let's go out to the ballpark and get ready for some HBU Huskies softball.
Hi, everybody. Bill Cousins with you from the campus of Houston Baptist University in Houston and Husky Field for softball this afternoon, where the Huskies taking on the Texas Southern University Tigers. Both teams coming off victories. The Huskies with a victory over Prairie View, splitting that doubleheader on Saturday, losing the first game but coming back to winning the second game 6-0. TSU's on a 3-game winning streak. They split a doubleheader on the 15th of February with Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and then they took a yesterday from Our Lady of the Lake University over in San Antonio by 6-4 and 8-5 scores. HBU with a 52-5 lead in this rivalry that doesn't date back that far. HBU just returning to Division I play about 7-8 years ago. But in the last 4 seasons, HBU with 4 wins and 1 loss over the last 4 seasons, encompassing the games that with this current roster. We'll have our chat with Kid Coach Mary Ellen Hall. It's kind of a quick one today because she was out scouting a potential pitcher for the Huskies. And we'll be back after this on the Legacy Sports Network.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now
we know travel isn't what it used to be. By the time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you knew there was a hotel that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At Doubletree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie. Our cookie serves as a symbol of our commitment to turn every little detail of your stay into a delight, preparing every comfort with care, making every touch special and every gesture true, giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile. Welcome to Doubletree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my groups.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast and a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
All right, everybody. If this one doesn't get your toe tapping, check your pulse. You may be dead. Here it is, coming to you in living cola. Refreshing Pepsi Cola. From the wonderful folks who put the in cola. I'll be signing off now, because it's my bedtime. I'll catch you on the flip side. Be there.
This is the HBU Huskies Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
Huskies pregame show now with head coach Mary Ellen Hall. Mary Ellen, today Texas Southern, and a team that's pretty red hot. They've won their last 3 games, and it's always an interesting time when we play somebody from in town.
They have a ton of good athletes. We saw them this fall a lot. They played on our field. We didn't play each other. But they've got a lot of speed, good athletes. Worley's a heck of a good coach, so we expect a tough game.
Today, the Huskies last Saturday split the home opener against Prairie View, but came back with a very impressive win. Shea Bibby with a shutout win and got a hit when she was forced into the lineup, too.
She did. She was a good win, especially for a freshman to get her first one in college, and that'll help her settle in. She's had strep throat during the week, so probably not going to use her today if we don't have to, save her for the weekend, but she did do a very good job for us.
Well, you're playing without your center fielder, Kay Schrader, for the second straight game. With a concussion, I was kidding her a little bit a while ago that you got used to those padded walls in Mobile and forgot that these aren't padded here. So she's out. How does that change your strategy defensively?
Well, I mean, she's an anchor in center field, so we're definitely going to miss her out there, and we can't wait till she gets back. But, you know, as the game goes on, we're just going to have to. Amber Lott's going to fill in the right field. We're going to move Cece to right, left and Nicole to center, and it won't be the same, but I'm sure they'll give it the best they can.
Okay, well, good luck today.
Thank you.
Texas Southern, the opponent here at Husky Field. I'll be back with the starting lineups for this afternoon's game. And the first pitch coming up. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Are you looking for a totally free checking account? Houston Federal Credit Union has it, and it's packed with free services like mobile banking with person-to-person transfers and mobile bill pay. And Houston Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of HBU athletics. So stop by their office at 6808 Bentliff Drive and experience a better way of banking. Visit HoustonFCU.org for more information. Houston Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of HBU.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA.
The good news is America is coming back. More jobs, more building, more of what makes our country great. And more cities and towns, more small businesses and big corporations are choosing the highly skilled, highly trained members of the IBEW to do the work. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is committed to doing the job right, on time, safely. America's making a big comeback, and the IBEW is proud to do our part.
At Memorial Hermann, we're many parts working in harmony, performing more brain and spinal surgeries than anyone in Houston, conducting groundbreaking research at our Misher Neuroscience Institute, establishing the region's largest network of certified stroke centers. Some might say this makes for an accomplished performance, but to us, it's all in a day's work. Memorial Hermann. Breakthroughs every day.
Are you a graduate of Houston Baptist University? Did you know the value of your degree increases when you actively participate in the HBU Alumni Association? Your Alumni Association actively supports the growth, retention, and ranking of our school by our scholarship efforts. Husky Alumni Network volunteers actively work to recruit the best and brightest to HBU, and we promote and support programs intended to build a growing network of people committed to quality, higher Christian education through our alumni scholarship efforts. We also work to strengthen the bond between our university and the community, and we're your connection to over 18,000 fellow alumni, mostly in and around the Houston metro area. Log on to learn more about our mission and your privileges and benefits at hbu.edu/alumni. And find us via social media on Facebook at the Houston Baptist University Alumni Association page and on Twitter and Instagram at HBU_alumni. But no matter how you do it, connect with the HBU Alumni Association because a strong alumni base equals a strong HBU.
Bill Cousins back with you from Husky Field here in Houston. They're doing the announcements here of the starting lineups, and we'll try to get some of those done as we're going to have to break here for a second for the invocation and the anthem. Texas Southern, as we said earlier, is 3-1 on the season. They had started off with a loss and then have won their last 3. Now our invocation.
Followed by the playing of the national anthem. Dear Lord, we'd like to thank you for bringing us here today for the game of college softball. Thank you for these two teams who have come to represent their universities. Please allow both teams to play to the best of their ability and keep them from injury. Watch over all of us and keep us safe today as we go our own ways, especially our visitors as they make their way home. Most of all, thank you for sending your son, Jesus, to be the Savior of our sins. We ask all these things in your mighty name. Amen.
Take a quick look at our starting lineups today. Texas Southern, as we said, 3-1 on the season. Their leadoff hitter is Taryn Vinson, the center fielder. Batting second will be Trisha Wilson in right field. Sierra Valdez, the junior college transfer first baseman, in the 3-hole. Chandler Powell, the DP, will bat fourth. Kristalani Yachman, the left fielder, in the 5 spot. Marissa Padron, the catcher, will bat sixth. Madeline Merrick, the third baseman, batting 7th. Jocelyn Ellis at second, batting 8th. And Tiffany Marshall, the shortstop, is batting 9th. Tyra Williams, a sophomore right-hander, in the circle for the Tigers today. She's 1-0 with a 7.00 earned run average. HBU 3-4, but coming off a 6-0 win over Prairie View on Saturday afternoon, the second game of that doubleheader. Libby Brown, the leadoff hitter, is the shortstop, followed by Heidi Jacquis, the catcher. Demi Yannick at second base bats third. Nicole Shad now in center field with the injury to Kay Schrader. Nicole batting fourth in center field. Cassie James, the third baseman, bats fifth. Megan Hires, the first baseman, batting sixth. Cecilia Bauer moving over to left field today, batting seventh. Brooke Bushman, the DP, batting eighth. And Amber Lotz gets her first start. The freshman will be in right field and batting ninth. Emily Mueller making her 7th appearance in 8 games for the Huskies. She's 1-2 with a .497 earned run average, and we're about ready to get started here. Single game today. The Huskies will go back on the road this weekend for a tournament at Central Arkansas. They don't play Central Ark during the Southland season, so they're playing them in their tournament up in Conway. And the first pitch from Emily Mueller into Taryn Vinson is in for a strike. She had squared around like she wanted to run up and bunt it, but she did not. So it's strike one. Here's a check swing, and she did go around. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Vinson, a freshman from Las Vegas, went to Arborview High School, and .364 in the 4 games in which she's played for the Tigers. There's a swing and a miss. Necessitate a throw down from Jacquis to Hires, and there's 1 out. 3 pitches and 1 out. Trisha Wilson, the right fielder, comes up now. Senior hitting .333. No extra base hits, 1 run batted in. Senior from Wagner High School in San Antonio, another left-handed hitter. Mueller delivers a little pop-up that's foul over by Worley Barker, the head coach of the Tigers, over in that third base coaching box. No balls and 1 strike, according to the fancy new scoreboard out in right field. Pitch just away, it's 1-1. Husky Field, natural surface. 12 feet to center field, 200 feet down the lines. This pitch away, it's 2-1. Same infield for all 8 games for the Huskies starting out. That's Hires at first, Yannick at second, Brown at short, and James at third. 2-1 pitch is also outside. 3-1 the count. Now in 25 2/3 innings, Mueller has struck out 8 and walked 11 this year. Senior from Judson High School. And here's a pitch away, and it's ball 4. All 4 of those pitches away. Now Jackworth steps out in front of the plate, tells everybody there's 1 out. Texas Southern has been a team that has run a lot, but only 2 players in their starting lineup today have stolen bases. Vinson, who struck out, and the number 8 hole hitter, Ellis. This is Sierra Valdez, and she takes a strike. Valdez, the first baseman, junior, hitting .308 with 1 double, 1 home run, and 3 runs batted in. She's from Houston, but went to Paris Junior College. A foul ball down first base line and thrown back in by the first base coach. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is high. 1-2. Valdez, a right-handed hitter. Here's another foul ball down third baseline. Runner returns to first. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As mentioned, the Huskies will be on the road this weekend up in Conway. Here's a pop-up out into shallow right field, and coming in making the play is Amber Lotz, her first defensive play as a collegian.
Now batting number 3, Chandler Powell.
And that's the second out of the inning. Now the DP, Chandler Powell. Junior from Benicia, California, Benicia High School. Powell 4 for 8 in the young season, just making her 3rd start in the 5th game of the year. Check swing, it's going to drop, and they let it go, and it's a foul ball. Little check swing pop-up down the third baseline, had a lot of English on it, and Cassie James says, better part of valor is just let that one go. The game of softball, slow rollers more than likely, more than often than not, turn into base hits. 0-1. There's a hard ground ball up the middle, and it's under the glove of Yannick into center field, and Nicole Shedd gets it back in. There's the first hit of the game and puts runners at first and second with 2 outs. And here is Kristalina Yachman. Yachman is senior from Steilacoom, Washington. Right-handed hitter, hitting .273. Takes strike 1. Yachman with 2 triples, or only extra base hits. Got 3 hits on the year, 3 for 11, but 2 of those hits were triples. No runs batted in, but she's got an opportunity here. Second pitch, ground ball to Yannick. To first, and that's the 3rd out of the inning on the 4-3 put out. Tigers get a hit, leave 2, but no runs come in, and we've played 1/2 inning here in Houston. Huskies coming to bat. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
10 years of intensity, 10 years of dunks, 10 years of three-pointers, 10 years of drives, 10 years of teamwork, 10 years of leadership, 10 years of hustle, 10 years of champions. A decade in Katy. The 2017 Southland Basketball Tournament, March 8th through the 12th at the Merrill Center. Go to Ticketmaster.com or Southland School Ticket Offices.
A firefighter's duty. Fighting fires, rescuing citizens, performing copious kettlebell exercises demands a daring degree of readiness. A degree of readiness achieved eating fulfillingly flavorful Firehouse subs. With premium carved meats and cheeses steamed to tasty magnificence, then piled onto toasted rolls. Is your footwear connected to your pants? No, it's not. Because you're not a firefighter. But you can be ready like one. Firehouse Subs, the hero of all subs.
Huskies coming up for the first time here in the bottom of the first inning to face Tara Williams. Williams, a sophomore from Forest City, Arkansas. Right-hander, diminutive 5'5". Libby Brown will be the Huskies' leadoff hitter. Junior from Bel Air, and Libby hitting .300 with 2 doubles and 2 runs batted in. Started out the season hitless in the first couple of games. Finally got a hit in game 3. Takes a strike here. But she got on base a lot. Got an on-base percentage of .462 this year. There's a breaking pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-2 to Brown. Libby went 2 for 7 in the doubleheader against Prairie View with a double and a run batted in. It's hit safely in 4 consecutive games. There's a pitch away, 1-2. In those 4 games, 6 for 14. 2 doubles, a home run. And that was starting at an over. Pitches away. It's 2-2 now. Well, it is a perfect day here. 83 degrees at game time. Low humidity, like 27%. That pitch hits Libby. And the Huskies have their first base runner on a hit batsman. But very slight wind from the west. Now I look out to the flags in dead center field, and they're kind of stiff out there, so a bit more of a breeze than we had earlier at game time. But not a cloud in the sky. Heidi Jackwes comes up now. Heidi had a very strong start of the season, still hitting .348 with a double and 4 runs batted in. Fakes the bunt, but takes the ball. Heidi went 1 for 7 in that doubleheader. Also reached base by being hit by a pitch by the Panthers. 1-0 pitch. She takes a strike on the outer half. 1-1. Walter Hill is our plate umpire today. John Scott at first. Jared Arrington now situated out by second base. He's the technically third base umpire. Another pitch way outside. It's 2-1. Jackwes has slid the hand down the barrel of the bat in anticipation of putting down a sacrifice, but has not offered it any of them. The count's 2-1. Does offer here. It's foul ball hitting to the right-handed batter's box by the left-handed hitting Jackwes. So the freshman from Wharton will come back with a 2-2 count, and Brown will stay at first base. Mentioned that the Tigers don't run much, neither do the Huskies. There's another foul ball on a full swing. Huskies have not attempted a stolen base this year. Marissa Padron, the catcher for TSU. There's a ground ball. That is up the middle. Nice grab by the shortstop. Marshall flips to the second baseman, Ellis, for the force out, and there's 1 out. And Jackwes will be on at first base with a fielder's choice. Brown goes to the dugout. Now Demianic comes up. Demi hitting an even 300. 1 double, 1 home run, and 6 runs batted in. Went 2 for 6 in the doubleheader against Prairie View. Takes the first pitch up and in for ball 1. Sophomore from Klein Collins, hitting from the right side, working on a 3-game hitting streak. 3 for 10, and that has kept her average steady at 300. There's the strike call by Hill. 1-1. Yannick with an open stance in the right-handed box. Closes up now. There's a ball in the dirt. And going down to second base will be Jacquis on the wild pitch. So Yannick has a runner in scoring position. She's been successful getting that runner over 2 out of 6 times this year. Pitch up and away, and it's a 3-1 count now to Demianic. Williams delivers, ball 4. So runners at first and second now with 1 out. That'll bring up Nicole Shedd. Nicole playing center field for the second straight game with Schrader going out, being injured in the first game of Saturday's doubleheader. There's a foul ball back into the screen. She's not bunting. Junior from Converse Judson High School outside of San Antonio, hitting .208. She's got 3 doubles and 2 runs batted in. But struggled against Prairie View, went over in that doubleheader in 6 trips. Takes a strike here. She is 0 for 10 in the last 3 games. 1-1 the count now. Jack was at second. Yannick. Huskies leading hitter by average. Cassie James on deck. Pitch is high. 1 out. Runners at first and second. There's a line drive to left. It's going to get down quickly, and that's going to keep the runner from advancing past third base. Jacquis has to stop there, but the Huskies with the base hit. Shedd breaks her hitless streak, and the Huskies have the bases loaded now with 1 out for Cassie James. Shedd hit that one on a line, and it got out to Kristalani Yachman very quickly. And no chance for Jacquis to score from second on the play. So the Huskies have the bases loaded, and Cassie James takes ball 1 high. Cassie, a junior from Little Cypress Mauriceville High School outside of Orange. Transfer from Angelina College. Takes ball 2 away. Cassie hitting an 800 and 2 runs batted in, working on a 4-game hitting streak. That pitch is down and in, and now she's ahead in the count 3-0, and the go-ahead run sitting over at third base. Bases loaded. There's 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. And that pitch is low, and it's a 4-pitch walk to James, and she picks up the easy RBI on the bases loaded walk. That means Worley Barker's going to come out and talk to his pitcher Tyra Williams. Huskies with a hit batter, a walk, 2 walks in the inning, and a single, and lead it 1-0. Barker out talking to his pitcher and catcher. The defensive timeout. New rules in softball this year is you get 3, you get 6 timeouts a game. Now we're going to have some action in the bullpen. As Barker points, and he's got some girls going down there to start warming up now. Freshman Megan Hires, the Huskies' first baseman, steps in now. Base is still loaded and still just one out, and the infield is playing in, trying to cut off that run at home, and the first pitch to Megan is low for a ball. Hires hitting .350, no extra base hits, and 2 runs batted in this year. Here's a little pop-up into shallow center field. Is the center fielder Vinson. Ball not hit deep enough to score that runner from third, and Yannick has to stay put. So Cece Bowers comes up now with 2 outs, and the base is loaded. Senior from Refugio. Has 3 runs batted in this year, hitting .333. Went 2 for 6 in that doubleheader against Prairie View on Saturday. Working on a 3-game hitting streak. And Cece takes strike 1. Hit batter, fielder's choice. Walk, single. Here's a ground ball. This is deep in the hole at third, and their play is at third, and no chance. The ball was low. It got away from the third baseman. It should be a base hit and an RBI for Cece Bauer, and that's what Russ says it is. So infield hit by Bauer moves everybody up a base, and the Huskies now lead 2-0. And Brooke Bushman is up. Brooke takes ball 1. Brooke has been come back a little bit. Went 1 for 4 in the doubleheader. Improved her average to 200 on the season. And there's a strike that is only a couple inches outside. 1 triple and 2 runs batted in for the sophomore from Ridge Point High School down in Sienna Plantation. Here's a ground ball, sharply hit to the second baseman. She'll go the short way to the shortstop covering second, and that's the end of the inning. But the Huskies pick up a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on. After 1, HBU leads 2-0 over Texas Southern. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
At Houston Federal Credit Union, we're dedicated to our members, our communities, and now the students, faculty, and employees of Houston Baptist University. From checking and savings accounts to loans, IRAs, money markets, and other financial tools, HFCU is ready to serve the HBU Huskies and their fans. Learn more today. Call 866-HFCU or log on to houstonfcu.org. Houston Federal Credit Union and the HBU Huskies. That's a doggone good team.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCAA.
International Brotherhood of Electric Workers, Local 716 in Houston, get up for work each day because we believe building schools to code matters. Because building Houston's hospitals correctly saves lives. Because training for 10,000 hours makes a difference. That's why we get up, because we want to make a difference. To be the best, hire the best.
IBEW, where skill and value lock arms. The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
Tigers got a couple runners on in the top of the first inning. Couldn't get them past second base. Huskies get 2 in, but they've left 3 on base. Do that quite a bit, it seems like, leaving a lot of runners on. Top of the second inning, the catcher Marissa Pedron will be the leadoff hitter for the Lady Tigers from TSU. Mueller's first pitch is ripped in the 56 hole down into left field for a base hit, and that's the second hit allowed by Mueller. 1 pitch and 1 hit here in the top of the second inning. Madeline Merrick is the batter now. Merrick, the third baseman. 4 for 6 this season, but this is only her third start. And 3 runs batted in. That's tied for the team lead with Sierra Valdez. Pitch just inside. It's 1-1 now, the count. Freshman from, there's a foul ball back into the screen, and it's 1-2 strikes. Hits are even at 2 each, but the Huskies are full of walks and a hit batter, and that is the difference in the game, 2-0. Pitch just high, and it evens the count at 2-2. This weekend, the Huskies will be up in Conway, Arkansas. Friday morning at 11:30 is our first pitch against Western Illinois, the Leathernecks. That's just inside, and that was close. Now 3-2. 2 games on Saturday, Arkansas Pine Bluff at 10 a.m., and then Louisiana Monroe at 5:30, and then at 11:30. Here's a ground ball to Brown. Yannick for 1. The relay to first is in time for a 6-4-3 double play. In softball, because of the short, into a double play. Erasing the base runners. Ellis 3 for 10 on the season with 1 run batted in. A junior from Medford, Oregon, transferred in this year from Yavapai College in Arizona. Here's a ground ball handled by Mueller. She underhands it over to Hires at first. And base hit, 1-3 put out, ends the inning. We've played an inning and a half here in Houston. Our score is HBU 2 and Texas Southern 0. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports.
Coming to you with Pepsi Cola.
Bottom of the second inning coming up. The Huskies with a 2-0 lead, and Amber Lotz will be the leadoff hitter for HBU. Amber, a freshman from Bowie High School in Austin. 0 for 1 on the season. This is her first start. She played a couple of games at second base. Kay Schrader and Amber is in for a strike. On the screen here, right back next to us, and it falls, as you can hear. And first baseman Valdez tags the runner coming down, and there is one out. Wasn't sure if that was going to stay fair, but Valdez made the smart play, got to it before it could roll foul, and made the tag out. Now back to the top of the order, and Libby Brown. Maybe hit by a pitch or raced on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Here's a line drive. That is going to be caught by the Heidi hit into a fielder's choice, score the first run in the first inning, and takes ball 1 outside. Now getting 333. Here's a little looper that's handled by the shortstop, but no play. That thing hit off the end of the bat and looked like one of Russ's 7-irons there. So an infield hit for Jacquez. Third hit of the game for the Huskies. Lob wedge, more or less, yeah. Here's a hard ground ball by Yannick. Between the shortstop and the third baseman into left field for a base hit. So Huskies not being patient. They are jumping on the first good pitch they see. And with 1 out, with 2 outs, Huskies have runners at first and second for Nicole Shedd. Shedd singled her first time up. Sharp single to left field, takes the ball outside. Douglas and Yannick with back-to-back two-out singles. Pitch is down. 2 balls and no strikes. Way inside, 2-0. Williams delivers. That's a strike. The count's 3 balls and 1 strike to Nicole Shedd. Cole with that single her first time up. Average back up to 240. And reaching up and making the play is Vincent. Hit right at her and hit well, but a line drive out. So the Huskies getting good contact, but 2 hits and 2 runners left in the second inning. 2 complete. Our score is 2-0 HBU. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
We're passionate, delivering expert neurological care for adults and children. We're dedicated, responding to neurotrauma and stroke with Lifelight in our Level 1 Trauma Center. We're persistent, restoring lives at our Tier Rehabilitation and Research Hospital. We are Memorial Hermann. And we're making neuroscience breakthroughs every day.
You just hit the flavor motherload. Guaranteed delicious. Firehouse subs are packed beyond belief with steaming hot premium meats and cheeses.
Starting at only $5.49, it's gourmet subs without the gourmet prices.
Just look at our club on a sub.
And by look, he means try.
Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, melty Monterey Jack, and bacony bacon.
Firehouse subs. Starting at only $5.49.
One bite, one taste, you're hooked.
There's the throw down to second base, and we are about ready for the start of the inning here. 9-1-2 in the batting order for Texas Southern. Will be facing Emily Mueller, who has walked 1, struck out 1, given up a couple of hits in 2 innings of play. Just 25 pitches, though, from Mueller. First pitch into Tiffany Marshall, shortstop for Texas Southern. Inside for ball 1. Off the fist, senior from Columbia High School in West Columbia, calls Brazoria her hometown. This is just her second start. She's 0 for 2 with 1 run scored and 1 run batted in. And RBI came in on a second that says thank you for the help. Texas Southern doesn't play again until March 1st. They play a single game at Stephen F. Austin State up in Nacogdoches. On the 3rd, they play a game in the HBCU Classic against Langston, Oklahoma. There's a check swing. She went around. That's a strikeout. Second strikeout for Emily Mueller. And back to the top of the order. A girl who was the other strikeout victim, Taryn Vincent, leading off the game. TSU won't play at home at Memorial Park, but they play their home games until the 7th of March. First pitch to Vincent is fouled. Jarvis Christian against Stephen F. By that time, the Huskies are in conference play. There's another slap foul ball down the left field line by the left-handed hitter. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count to Vincent. Mentioned the Huskies have a 52-5 lead in the all-time series with Texas Southern. Ground ball to third baseman, James, playing about 2/3 of the way back toward third base, makes the quick play, and that is the second out of the inning. Tricia Wilson comes up. She coaxed a walk out of Mueller her first time up, but only got as far as second. 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the third inning. There's a very weak swing there. She looked like it was a combination slap, tried to hold up. Wasn't successful doing anything, really. Oh, 1. Line drive, that is down the right field line and fair. Lots in the corner, has to dig it out. And by the time she gets it back in, it's a 2-out double for Wilson. Ripped that one just past Megan Hires at first, out of 6 inches in fair territory, and rolled all the way to the corner. So with Wilson on base with the third hit of the game for Texas Southern, that brings up Sierra Valdez. Sierra flew out to right her first time up. And takes strike 1, the first pitch. Huskies have kind of an odd schedule coming up, too. After this tournament this weekend, they don't play again until March 7th. That's a Tuesday game at McNeese State. There's a ground ball to Yannick, and it'll be the third out of the inning as the second baseman gets it over to first. So the 2-out double has no harm. Runner left on at second, middle of the third inning. It's 2-0 HBU on the Legacy Sports Network.
Excuse me, is that your Diet Pepsi?
Sofia Vergara. Yeah, this is my Diet Pepsi. I love Diet Pepsi.
Do you love every sip?
Nothing is better than drinking a refreshing Diet Pepsi and just reveling in its crisp, delicious taste.
Well, you know what they say. If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be.
So I should set this Diet Pepsi free and wait for it to come back. Then it'll be more delicious than ever. Would you hold my Diet Pepsi for me?
I'd love to.
Thank you. What happens now?
Go, get out of here. It can't come back to you if you're standing next to it.
Thanks, Sophia. I'll wait for you, Diet Pepsi.
The only thing better than an ice-cold Diet Pepsi is a free ice-cold Diet Pepsi.
Love every sip at dietpepsi.com.
Cassie James got the easiest RBI of all, a bases-loaded walk her first time up. She'll be leading off the bottom of the third inning for the Huskies. Cassie still at .400 for a batting average. Takes ball 1 down and away. During her 4-game hitting streak, she's 6 of 12. Ball 2 is up and away. Two balls and no strikes. And now the pitch way inside, 3-0. He is yet to see a strike from Tyra Williams. Walked in 4 pitches. First time up, there's a strike. Guess I called her out on that. Well, Cassie thought that was high. Umpire didn't. Full count. Right-handed hitter gets back in. There's a fly ball. That's hit well out in left field, but right at Yachman. Just a little bit past the sweet spot. So a fly out is the first out of the inning. And now Megan Hires comes up. Megan, the freshman from Pearland. Here hits one up. That's a little bit too high down the left field line, and Alcomon catches that one too. So consecutive pitches and 2 outs on fly balls to left. Now here's Cecilia Bauer. Cece hit that slow roller to shortstop. Knocked in a run. Takes a strike. Now hitting .368 on the season. Two outs, nobody on. Bottom of the third. And there's a breaking pitch in for a strike. Cece was way ahead of that one. Tied her up. No balls and 2 strikes. Glove of Padron and a swinging strikeout. That is the first strikeout for Tyra Williams, and she makes quick work of the Huskies in the bottom of the third inning. 3 up and 3 down for the first time today. After 3, 2-0 HBU. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
What's it mean for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, to send someone to your job site? It means electricians that pass basic trigonometry, calculus, or algebra are sent to your job site. It means electricians familiar with OSHA compliance are sent to your job site. It means IBW electricians made a conscious decision to improve their life and the lives of others. What does it mean? It means everything. To be the best, hire the best.
The time is now to hire IBEW.
10 years of intensity, 10 years of dunks, 10 years of three-pointers, 10 years of drives, 10 years of teamwork, 10 years of leadership, 10 years of hustle, 10 years of champions. A decade in Katy. The 2017 Southland Basketball Tournament, March 8th through the 12th at the Merrill Center. Go to Ticketmaster.com or Southland School Ticket Offices.
4-5-6 in the batting order for Texas Southern will be facing Emily Mueller in the top of the 4th inning. Through 3, no runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 3 left on for TSU. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 5 left on for the Huskies. And Powell, who singled her first time up, pops up in foul territory, and Hires is making the play right in front of the TSU bench on the first base side.
Now for the Tigers, number 18, Kristalani.
1 pitch and 1 out. Here is Kristalani Yachman, the left fielder. Yachman grounded out her first time up to second baseman Demi Yannick, leaving a couple of runners on. This time she swings, first pitch swinging. Ground ball chipped back to Mueller, and Emily makes the quick play. 2 pitches and 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Now here's Padron. Leadoff single in the 2nd inning, but she was eliminated on the fine 6-4-3 double play. It's the second time an opponent has ground into a double play against the Huskies this year. Padron now hitting .375 after that hit, takes a strike. Here's a pop-up. And Heidi Jacquis lost it, turned the wrong way, and it was not very high, and it bounced in the circle. On the third base side, she had turned toward first base. No balls and 2 strikes to Padron. Strike 3 call, a 5-pitch inning. And Mueller makes the most of her 5 pitches with 3 up and 3 down. Middle of the 4th inning, still 2-0 Huskies. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At DoubleTree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie, giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel, so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile. Welcome to DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Brooke Bushman will be leading off for the Huskies in the bottom of the fourth inning. Huskies doing the damage in the first inning with a pair of runs, zeros since. And the first pitch from Tyra Williams to Brooke Bushman is outside for ball one. Brooke into a fielder's choice to end the first inning. Her first time up takes ball two. Williams has now thrown 56 pitches, only 30 have been strikes. There's 31 on a foul ball. 2 walks, a strikeout, a hit batter, 4 hits, both runs earned. Pitch away, it's 3-1 to Bushman. Brooke, left-handed hitter. There's a pop-up left side. Alkelman underneath it. Carried out a little bit further than I thought it would. That's the first out of the inning. Now here is Amber Lotz. Freshman grounded out to the first baseman, Valdez, unassisted, her first time up. Takes a strike. So the Huskies, after this weekend, don't play until March 7th. That's a week from Tuesday. Here's a live right at the the shortstop. Marshall handles it on one hop and gets it over to Valdez for the second out of the inning. Good contact that time by Lotz, but right at her. Now back to the top of the order, and Libby Brown. Libby hit by a pitch in the first, lined out to the left her second time up, and takes a strike. So Libby's now hitting 286. Working on a 4-game hitting streak, takes ball one outside, 1-1. Two outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's a sharp ground ball up the middle, past Williams into center field, and Williams and Libby Brown. That was a 5-game hitting streak. Single is the 5th hit for the Huskies. Heidi Jacquez comes up now. Heidi's 1 for 2, a single in the second. Fielder's choice and a run scored in the first. Left-handed hitter takes ball one away. After that open weekend, the Huskies have that Tuesday game with McNeese and then open conference play. Here's ball two outside at Nicholls State. First part of the conference schedule for HBU kind of weighted with road games. That pitch is in for a strike. It's 2-1. After starting with Nicholls, the next weekend they stay on the road for a series at Lamar. Here's a ground ball up the middle, past a diving shortstop. Marshall can't come up with it, and it is a single for Jacquez. Heidi now 2 for 3 in the game. So Huskies with 2-out damage here, and we're going to have a pitching change. As Williams comes out, and Creola Moore comes in, a sophomore from Parkland High School in El Paso. So there's the signal, and we got it.
Number 27, Creola Moore.
So Moore will come on. Williams leaves after 3 2/3 innings, giving up 6 hits. Both runs against her so far are earned, 2 walks and a strikeout, 1 wild pitch, 1 hit batter. There's 68 pitches to the 20 batters she faced. Moore making her first appearance in the circle and first appearance in a game for the Texas Southern Tigers. She is the 5th pitcher that head coach Worley Becker has used this year. Marshall, shortstop, is one of them. So Yannick comes in, and the first pitch skips past Padron back to the backstop, and a wild pitch puts runners at 2nd and 3rd. Second pitch, kind of pulls a string on it, and it's in there for a strike. Another slow pitch. 2-1 the count to Yannick. I mean, he's reached both times, a walk and then a single for 2 times up. Average improved to 333. This one's another wild pitch, and a run will come in. That one hit in front of the plate, and Padron couldn't get over to block it, and it bounced up high on the screen. And by the time Padron recovered it, Brown was across the plate. So it's 3-0 now, Huskies. Damage here coming after 2 are out. There's a strike. Yannick has a full count now. Jackwes is at 3rd. There's a fly ball to the right side. And coming in making the catch is Trisha Wilson, the right fielder, for the 3rd out. But the Huskies do some 2-out damage.
Folks, now you can purchase HBU Athletic photos online from
1 run, 2 hits, coming in on a wild pitch, a couple of wild pitches. No errors and a runner left at 3rd. 4 innings in the books. Huskies improved to 3-0. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
At the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute, we're dedicated to the dedicated, who lace up before sunrise, who don't let a hard hit keep them down, who want the ball when the game's on the line. So team up with the Memorial Hermann Ironman Sports Medicine Institute at Texas Medical Center, Memorial City, or the Woodlands, where our affiliated surgeons, specialists, and physical therapists offer all athletes the elite care they need to forge ahead.
Pepsi bubble for me money, any and every time, full of vibes, yes, right? Don't ask me why.
Original Pepsi flavor, perfect price, satisfaction in action, just the right size.
When we crave that fresh Pepsi flavor, at the $60 Pepsi bubble on me favor, experience me savor.
At the bubble we draw, original pocket saver.
Get the original bubble for your money now. It full of taste plus the price, right?
Original Pepsi flavor is nicer than nice.
We draw for the bubble like at the right size.
Pepsi, live for now.
Bill Cousins with you from Husky Field. The Huskies with a 3-0 lead over Texas Southern. It's been a while since anybody scored against HBU. Shea Bibby threw the complete game shutout against Prairie View, second game of the doubleheader. on Saturday, and the Huskies, Emily Mueller has shut out Texas Southern through 4 innings here. Madeline Merrick leading off the top of the 5th inning for TSU. Ground ball to third baseman Cassie James, over to Megan Hires, 1 out. That is 4 outs on 6 pitches. Emily got 3 outs on only 5 pitches in the 4th inning, so I guess they got the last out on the last pitch. So that's 5 outs on 7 pitches. Here's a line drive into center field, past the diving Libby Brown. Libby had a shot at it, but first pitch swinging was Ellis, and Jocelyn's down at first base with a single. Now Tiffany Marshall, the shortstop, is up. 1 out, runner at first, puts a bunt down, and it's going to be a 3-4 put out on the sacrifice bunt. As Yannick covers first.
Now batting number 22, Taryn Vincent.
So 2 outs, a runner at second. Back to the top of the order in Vincent. Strikeout and ground out, her 2 times up. Ground ball. This is a nice snag by James at third. She went to her left and made a good play and threw out the runner at first. Emily's not throwing a lot of pitches. She's getting people out. Middle of the 5th inning, it's 3-0 HBU. This is Husky softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
You just hit the flavor mother load. Guaranteed delicious. Firehouse subs are packed beyond belief with steaming hot premium meats and cheeses. Starting at only $5.49, it's gourmet subs without the gourmet prices. Just look at our club on a sub. And by look, he means try. Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, melty Monterey Jack, and bacon-y bacon.
Firehouse subs.
Starting at only $5.49. One bite, one taste, you're hooked.
All right, everybody. If this one doesn't get your toe tapping, check your pulse. You may be dead. Here it is, coming to you in living cola. Refreshing Pepsi Cola. From the wonderful folks who put the in cola. I'll be signing off now, because it's my bedtime. I'll catch you on the flip side. Be there.
Well, Emily Mueller is very efficient. 4 pitches that inning, including a single. So 9 pitches the last 2 innings, plus the last pitch of the 3rd inning. That's 7 outs and 10 pitches. Briella Moore facing Nicole Shedd, leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Huskies, takes a ball. There's a pop-up down the left field line, but it's going to be out of play. 1-1 the count. Shedd with a single and a fly out, her 2 times today. Now hitting .231 on the season. Ooh, that one just floats in, but low, 2-1. Check swing, it's high, 3-1. They do appeal down to first base umpire John Scott, but palms down. 3-1 the count to Shedd. This one's up and away. All 3 runs in this game charged to Tyra Williams. Now here's Cassie James. Cassie swallowing everything hit her way at third. RBI walk her first time up. puts a bunt down here. Moore barely gets her over at first on the 1-4 sacrifice bunt. Shedd goes down to second.
Now batting first baseman number 17, Megan Hires.
So here's Megan Hires. Megan fly to center, fly to left her 2 times. Now hitting .318, but a runner at second and 1 out. Moore pitches high, 1 ball and no strikes. Also on campus tonight, Husky women's basketball against McNeese. That's a 6 o'clock start. Line drive to center, handled by Vinson. Got out there awful quick. Shedd had wandered off second base, and by the time she got back, throw was coming back in. So 2 outs now. Hires hits it hard, but right at Vinson. Now here's Cecilia Bauer. Cece with an RBI infield hit. Takes ball 1. Struck out her other time up, foul ball. Cece now with 4 runs batted in on the year. Is yet to get an extra base hit. Check swing, she went around. Pitch was way up and in, but couldn't hold up. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bauer. First time she's facing Moore. There's a fly ball hit well out to left, and it's gone. Bauer, home run to left. And the Huskies have come up with a 5-0 lead now. Yackelman went back. Looked like she had a shot at it, held the glove up, but it cleared the fence. So Bauer with her first home run of the year. Now with 6 runs batted in, that's the team lead, and now 11 career home runs and 41 career runs batted in for the senior from Refugio. Brooke Bushman comes up now. 5-0 Huskies in the bottom of the 5th. Moore delivers a strike. Huskies with 2 in the first, 1 in the 4th, and 2 more here in the 5th. Pitch is up, 1-1 the count. Brooks looking for her first hit. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out today. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Ellis to Valdez, and that ends the inning, but the Huskies get the big fly from Cece Bauer and lead 5-0 after 5. You're listening to Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
I'm here with the Kolache Factory Master Baker. And while many around here enjoy these old world treats for breakfast or lunch on the go, others still don't know what a kolache is. So we thought we'd get answers straight from the horse's mouth.
There are no horses here.
That's just an expression.
My expression remind you of horse?
It's a pleasure to see that you bring such authentic Eastern European tradition and craftsmanship to your baking.
We make dough from scratch daily and use only finest meats, cheeses, and fruits.
I see that, but what is a kolache?
One word.
Yes?
Delicious.
And?
Nutritious.
I was hoping for something more descriptive.
It's fresh.
Yes, but wouldn't you describe it as a lightly sweet roll baked with different ingredients inside? Like the popular sausage and cheese kolache.
Taste.
Oh.
See?
Oh, it's delicious. Folks, you have to experience a kolache for yourself. Just visit the Kolache Factory.
Delicious. A history of good taste.
Could I try another one?
Of course, of course. Come with me. I give you a very special kolache treat. Come here.
Thanks.
You're very skinny.
I know.
Willie Mueller back out in the circle for the 6th inning. The Huskies have not allowed an opponent to score since the last inning of the first game against Prairie View on Saturday, so that's a streak of 12 straight innings of scoreless ball. Mueller's first pitch into Trisha Wilson is outside for a ball. 2-3-4 leading it off for the Lady Tigers here in the top of the 6th inning. There's a ground ball to Yannick. Not hit very well, but Demi's over there to underhand it to Megan Hires. That's an oddity right there. She threw 2 pitches to a batter. She had got the previous 7 outs and only 10 pitches. Now Sierra Valdez comes up. She's 0 for 2 with a fly out to right and a ground out to second. Takes ball 1. On the game, Mueller has just thrown 47 pitches. 37 have been strikes. Ball 2 is high, 2-0. This next pitch will be number 50. And it's going to be a fly ball out to Ember Lotz in right field. 2 outs. Here's Chandler Powell. Powell with a single in the first inning and foul out in the 4th. 2 outs, top of 6. Huskies lead 5-0. They've out-hit the Lady Tigers 6-4. Nobody's made an error in this game. First pitch just down and in. 1 ball and no strikes to Powell. Powell has maintained her .500 batting average through 2 trips. That pitch up and away, 2-0. She's now 5 of 10 on the season. A double and 1 run batted in. Cecilia Bauer playing her fairly close to the line out in left field. Ground ball foul down the third base line. So there is a big gap out in left center field between Bauer and Shedd playing center field. We mentioned that Kay Schrader unavailable today, suffering a concussion. First game of that doubleheader against Prairie View. She probably will not play again until we go to McNeese. Here's a fly ball hit well out in left field, and it is off the fence. Bauer gets it in quickly and holding Powell to a single. Ball hit off the wall, straightaway left field, and Bauer turned around, gunned it back in. So that's the 5th hit of the game, but still just a single, coming with 2 outs. Here's Kristalina Yachman, the left fielder. She's 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a ground out back to the mound, or to the circle. Pitch in for a strike. 2 outs, a runner at first. Fly ball to right. Underneath it is Lotz. And that's it for the Tigers in the 6th inning. They get a hit, leave that runner at first in the middle of the 6th inning. 5-0 HBU. This is Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Tammy and I have been going steady since high school.
Tammy and Tommy, 2 peas in a pod, as they say.
We have all the same friends. We like all the same things. I mean, we practically even have the same name.
But there's one thing we could just never agree on.
Soda.
I have been begging him all these years to just try Pepsi, and I knew he would change his tune.
Yeah.
So, finally, I had him take the Pepsi Taste Challenge. And go on, tell him what you told me, Tommy.
I'm a Pepsi man.
Right? Gosh, isn't Pepsi so good?
I tell you what, I don't know why I didn't try it sooner.
Me neither.
It's so crisp and refreshing and bubbly.
Like me.
Like you.
I'm always right.
She's always right.
All across the South, people are choosing the great taste of Pepsi. Take the Pepsi Taste Challenge and let your taste decide.
Amber Lotz, who made the defensive play twice in that last half inning, will be the leadoff hitter for the Huskies as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. A couple of ground outs, one to first, one to short. Amber 0 for 3, now bunts this one, and it's a fair ball. And a base hit for Amber Lotz. Bunts it right out in front of the mound, and Martin, or Creola Moore, cannot get to it quickly enough. So 1 pitch and a single for Amber Lotz. 7th hit of the game for the Huskies. I got 8 hits now. There's a ball down, and a wild pitch will get a runner down to second. That'll be Brown with a 1-0 count. This is another bunt attempt, but this one rolls foul down the first baseline, so it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count now to Brown. He'll be hit by a pitch fly out and a single, extending her hitting streak to a team best 5 games. Pitch high, 2-1. I mentioned women's basketball playing at Sharp tonight. That's a 6 o'clock start against McNeese. The men going over to Lake Charles to play the Cowboys tomorrow night. There's another wild pitch way inside, and the runner gets to third. It's a 3-1 count now to Brown. Now Libby hits one to center field, and it's going to be handled by the right fielder. Here's cuts off, and Lotz is able to get back to third. She went at least halfway and said, no, it's not going to work, and she hustles back to third base. So Brown is the first out on the fly ball to right. And that brings up Heidi Jacquis. And Heidi will loop a single into center field. Actually, it gets to the fence, and Heidi is going to get a double out of it. Well, Vincent didn't play that one very well, I didn't think. So a 1-out single by Jacquis, or a double by Jacquis. Scores Lotz from third. And it is now 6-0. And here's Demi Yannick. Demi pops up the first pitch out by second base, and that is the second baseman making the play. Ellis underneath it. Now here's Nicole Shedd. Jacquis remains at second with 2 outs. And pitch, that's going to be a caught stealing at third. Pitch was low, and Padron makes a nice play to get it over to third, catch and throw. So that's the third out of the inning. Jacquis caught stealing. We've got 6 complete right now, and our score is HBU 6. And Texas Southern nothing. You're listening to Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
You just hit the flavor motherload. Guaranteed delicious. Firehouse subs are packed beyond belief with steaming hot premium meats and cheeses. Starting at only $5.49, it's gourmet subs without the gourmet prices. Just look at our club on a sub. And by look, he means try. Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, melty Monterey Jack, and bacony bacon.
Firehouse Subs.
Starting at only $5.49. One bite, one taste, you're hooked.
International Brotherhood of Electric Workers, Local 716 in Houston, get up for work each day because we believe building schools to code matters. Because building Houston's hospitals correctly saves lives. Because training for 10,000 hours makes a difference. That's why we get up, because we want to make a difference. To be the best, hire the best.
IBEW, where skill and value lock arms. The time is now to hire IBEW electricians.
6-0 Huskies, and we'll have a pitching change as Brooke Bushman comes in to make her first appearance in the circle this year. Brooke, this may be Brooke's first appearance in the circle as a Husky. Sure is. She had some shoulder problems last year that precluded her getting any time in the circle. But Mueller with a great performance today, 6 shutout innings, giving up 5 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and threw just 56 pitches in 6 innings of work. That's pretty efficient there. So Bushman in the circle now for the first time, and she'll be facing Marissa Padron, the catcher for Texas Southern. And here's a little looper into center field for a base hit. Padron with the 6th hit of the game. I'll bring up Merrick. Takes a ball outside. Merrick 0 for 2, and that has seen her average fall to 500. And pitch away, 2 balls and no strikes. Breaking pitch, that's a strike, 2-1. Bushman, a 5'7" sophomore from Missouri City. Pitch inside, 3-1. Oop, just low, ball 4. And the Tigers have their first 2 runners on here in the top of the 7th inning. And Jocelyn Ellis will be up. Ellis hitting .333. He had a single in 2 trips. Now takes a ball here, and it's 1 ball and no strikes, and Bushman having a little problems finding home plate. But has not pitched since her senior year at Ridge Point, home of the Panthers. That one bounces in. Good play by Jacquez, and she throws back down to second. But Padron gets back in. 2 balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss. Cassie James at third is about halfway down the line expecting a bunt. I think if I was doing that and I saw a batter swing. There's a fly ball out to the left, or to right. Nice running catch, and it's going to be a double play. Amber Lotz goes over there, makes a good running catch in shallow right center field, and the runner at second had strayed too far off the base. So a line drive double play is the second out. 2 outs now in the inning. Padron eliminated, and now it's Marshall. First pitch she sees fouls down the third baseline. 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Huskies up 6-0, and 1 more out. Here's a pitch away. 1-1 the count. Lotz has been pretty good out in right field. 4 putouts and then that assist. Here's a pop-up that's going to be back on the screen. 1-2 the count. Bushman toes the slab, delivers. Out ball again, and it's still 1-2. Another 1-2. Up and away, 2-2. Merrick is the runner at first. Tigers down to their last strike. Down 6-0. There's another foul ball, just hanging in there. That was a good swing there by Marshall just to keep at bat alive. Another 2-2 pitch. Line drive. She's battling. It's another foul ball. Didn't mention great win for baseball yesterday. 25th ranked Houston. There's ball 3, full count. 3-2 win last night over at Schroeder Park. Husky baseball hosting Rhode Island in 4 games this weekend. There's ball 4 high. So 2 outs. Runners now at first and second. Merrick is at second. Marshall with the walk at first. And I think we're going to have a pinch hitter. As Worley Barker comes in, talks to plate umpire, and who have we got? Is that Tello? She's got a lot of hair there. We're not sure. 28, okay. Dominique Tello is the pinch hitter for Vincent. .57 sophomore from Cy Falls High School. Tello making her first appearance of the season. Left-handed hitter. Takes a pitch high. 1 ball and no strikes. That one's high. Bushman now with 21 pitches. Just 9 have been strikes. And that's 3-0. Huskies with a big cushion, 6-0 here in the top of the 7th inning. 2 outs on that double play. There's a strike. 3-1. Now we're going to have an offensive or defensive timeout as Mary Ellen Hall wants to talk to Brooke a little bit. Mentioned baseball this weekend against Rhode Island, 2 o'clock on Friday, doubleheader at 11 a.m. on Saturday, and the series finale at 1 on Sunday. Basketball teams will play a doubleheader at Lamar on Saturday, the women playing at 2, the men following that around 4:30. 3-1. Conference over. Fly ball to center. Shedd going back and looking up, and it is a home run. Tella with a pinch hit home run. Breaks the shutout string. American Marshall score ahead of her. So it's a 6-3 game now. And looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter. Kind of wondered what they were doing, pinch hitting for their leadoff hitter, and Tello hits a pinch home run. Got another pinch hitter here, and that is Cecilia Bauer. Peranich is a senior from Bastrop. Pinch hitting for Wilson. First pitch, swing and missed. Peranich 2 for 7 this year with 2 runs batted in. Both hits were singles. That pitch is low. It's 1-1. Huskies still up 6-3. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Wind had been blowing in a little bit. It died down now. The flag's in center field limp. Here's a ground ball. This should do it. Brown to first, the shortstop to the first baseman, and that does it. And the Huskies have even their season record at 4-4 with a 6-3 win this afternoon. I'll be back to wrap this one up coming up. You're listening to Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
Tammy and I have been going steady since high school.
Tammy and Tommy, 2 peas in a pod, as they say.
We have all the same friends. We like all the same things. I mean, we practically even have the same name.
But there's one thing we could just never agree on.
Soda.
I have been begging him all these years to just try Pepsi, and I knew he would change his tune.
Yeah.
So, finally, I had him take the Pepsi Taste Challenge. And go on, tell him what you told me, Tommy.
I'm a Pepsi man.
Right? Gosh, isn't Pepsi so good?
I tell you what, I don't know why I didn't try it sooner.
Me neither.
It's so crisp and refreshing and bubbly.
Like me.
Like you.
I'm always right.
She's always right.
All across the South, people are choosing the great taste of Pepsi. Take the Pepsi Taste Challenge and let your taste decide.
We're passionate, delivering expert neurological care for adults and children. We're dedicated, responding to neurotrauma and stroke with Lifelite in our Level 1 Trauma Center. We're persistent, restoring lives at our Tier Rehabilitation and Research Hospital. We are Memorial Hermann. And we're making neuroscience breakthroughs every day.
The real story is I'm in here every morning and have sampled just about every kolache that they make here.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on wheat for me, and then the rest is for the office. So yes, I'll pick up every Friday. I'll stop by here and pick up some for my groups.
Well, I used to think it was just fruit-filled stuff, and then I came here and there's eggs and bacon and cheese and all kinds of good stuff in there. It's like a whole breakfast in a bun. It's great.
It's always a good thing if you can eat healthy and not know it.
When you drive down the street looking for something to eat, you're going to pass 5 places to buy a sandwich, 6 places to buy a burger. There's only one place you can get a kolache, and that's Kolache Factory. It's delicious. You're going to have people that try to copy you, but they're not going to do it as well. We know what we're doing. We've been doing it for 25 years. We do it the best, and our success proves that.
Houston's own Kolache Factory, the freshest, highest quality, best tasting kolaches in town. Over 50 Houston area locations and a proud partner of HBU Athletics.
This is the HBU Huskies Sports Network, powered by Legacy Sports.
Victory for the Huskies today. 6-3 was our final score as the Huskies pick up their 4th win of the year after losing a second straight win. They're now 4-4 on the season. Final totals for HBU today: 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 6 runners left. Texas Southern 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 5 left. Home runs in the game: Dominique Tello hit her first. That was a 3-run home run for TSU in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs, ruining the shutout. Cecilia Bauer with a 2-run home run for the Huskies, and that was her first of the year. Emily Mueller threw 6 shutout innings, giving up 5 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and lowering her season earned run average to 4.02. She's now 2-2 on the season as the winning pitcher. Tyra Williams, the loser, is 1-1. She went 3 2/3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs were charged to her, all earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Huskies, as we said, now 4-4 on the season. Texas Southern, with losing their 3-game winning streak, they are now 3-2 on the season. Time of the game was 1 hour and 26 minutes, watched by 124 folks here at Husky Field on a perfect day for softball. I'll be back with some final words coming up. You're listening to Husky Softball on the Legacy Sports Network.
A firefighter's duty. Fighting fires, rescuing citizens, performing copious kettlebell exercises demands a daring degree of readiness. A degree of readiness achieved eating fulfillingly flavorful Firehouse subs. With premium carved meats and cheeses steamed to tasty magnificence, then piled onto toasted rolls. Is your footwear connected to your pants? No, it's not. Because you're not a firefighter. But you can be ready like one. Firehouse Subs, the hero of all subs.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now
We know travel isn't what it used to be. By the time you get where you're going, you've been through it all. So what if you knew there was a hotel that understands how hard your journey's been and spends all its time making up for it? At DoubleTree by Hilton, with more than 325 wonderful destinations around the world, we welcome our guests with a warm chocolate chip cookie. Our cookie serves as a symbol of our commitment to turn every little detail of your stay into a delight, preparing every comfort with care, making every touch special and every gesture true, giving that extra attention to the simple things, bringing humanity back to business and leisure travel so you can reconnect, relax, play, focus, smile. Welcome to DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Are you looking for a totally free checking account? Houston Federal Credit Union has it, and it's packed with free services like mobile banking with person-to-person transfers and mobile bill pay. And Houston Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of HBU athletics. So stop by their office at 6808 Bentliff Drive and experience a better way of banking. Visit HoustonFCU.org for more information. Houston Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of HBU.
Houston Federal Credit Union is federally insured by NCUA.
The good news is America is coming back. More jobs, more building, more of what makes our country great. And more cities and towns, more small businesses and big corporations are choosing the highly skilled, highly trained members of the IBEW to do the work. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is committed to doing the job right, on time, safely. America's making a big comeback, and the IBEW is proud to do our part.
Big offensive days today for Heidi Jackwis. She went 3 for 4 with a run scored and a run batted in. She's now hitting .407 on the year, which has given her the team lead in batting average. Cecilia Bauer goes 2 for 3 with 1 run scored and 3 runs batted in, 2 coming on her first home run of the year. She's batting now .381. Next up for the Huskies, the UCA Invitational up in Conway, Arkansas. I'll be on the air on Friday morning at 11:15 for the Huskies game against Western Illinois. And I hope you'll join me then for the games this weekend from Conway. I'm Bill Cousins. Hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. It was fun. It was a 6-3 HBU win. We'll talk to you Friday morning from Conway.
You've been listening to HBU Husky Sports on the Husky Sports Network, powered by the Legacy Sports Network. HBU Athletics thanks our corporate sponsors who make these broadcasts available. Houston Federal Credit Union, the Memorial Hermann Healthcare System, Pepsi, IBEW Local 760.